Hello, you're watching the English News Bulletin on QPVN channel. I'm Châu Nguyễn, and now let me keep you up to date with the headlines. Prime Minister MINH starts official visit to United Arab Emirates. Vietnam and China bolster defense cooperation. Mộc Châu alluring rendezvous of Northwest region. On October the 27th local time, the plane carrying Prime Minister MINH, his spouse, and a high-ranking delegation of Vietnam arrived at Zayed International Airport in Abu Dhabi, starting the official visit to the United Arab Emirates at the invitation of President Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan. Welcoming the Vietnamese high-ranking delegation at the airport were UAE Minister of State for Foreign Trade and Minister in charge of Talent Attraction and Retention Thani bin Ahmed Al Jadoui, and Vietnamese Ambassador to the UAE Nguyễn Thanh Diệp, among others. The visit, the first of a Prime Minister of Vietnam for the past 15 years, is taking place in the context that the bilateral relations are developing well across all fields. The two countries have just organized a series of activities to celebrate the 30th founding anniversary of the diplomatic relations in 2023. Over the past 30 years, the friendship and cooperation between Vietnam and United Arab Emirates have been increasingly developing. The United Arab Emirates is currently Vietnam's largest export market in the Middle East Africa region, with $4.96 billion recorded in bilateral trade turnover in the first 9 months of 2024, exceeding the turnover of the whole year of 2023. As of September, the UAE had 42 FDI projects in Vietnam, ranking the 52nd among 148 countries and territories investing in the Southeast Asian nation. In the framework of the visit, the Vietnamese government leader will hold talks with President Mohammed bin Zayed Al Nahyan, the Vice President and Prime Minister Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum. He will also receive ministers, leaders of various leading economic groups and investment funds, attend the Vietnam-UAE Business Forum, deliver a policy speech at Anwar Gaja's Diplomatic Academy, and visit the Vietnamese embassy and the Vietnamese community in the Middle East country. Prime Minister CHINH's official visit is expected to contribute to strengthening political trust, elevating relations, and creating breakthroughs in bilateral ties in numerous fields, from economy, trade, and investment to new areas such as innovation, science, technology, and energy. At the invitation of the Central Military Commission and the Ministry of National Defense of China, on October the 27th, a high-ranking delegation from Vietnam Ministry of National Defense, led by its Deputy Minister, CHINH Lieutenant General Hoàng Xuân Chiến, started a visit to Guangxi and Guangdong provinces of China. Joining him are leaders of central military agencies and military units closely engaged in cooperation with China, as well as representatives from military regions sharing a border with Guangxi Province, China. Later the same day, CHINH Lieutenant General Hoàng Xuân Chiến met with Major General Jiang Ge, commander of Guangxi Military District, China. At the meeting, CHINH Lieutenant General Hoàng Xuân Chiến emphasized that the activities of Vietnam's high-level defense delegation during this visit reaffirmed Vietnam's commitment to prioritizing a friendly and cooperative relationship with China in its foreign policy. He expressed the desire to advance Vietnam-China defense cooperation toward greater depth, substance, and effectiveness, positioning it as a cornerstone in the two countries' relations. Reflecting on the successful visit of CHINH Lieutenant General Jiang Youxia, Vice Chairman of the China Central Military Commission, to Vietnam, General Chiến noted that the two sides has reached a number of agreements to enhance bilateral defense cooperation in the near future, including strengthening the partnership between border protection forces of Vietnam and China. Vice Chairman Jiang also praised this visit, seeing it as a continuation of friendship between the two countries, nurtured by leaders of both countries. Major General Jiang Ge, commander of Guangxi Military District, expressed appreciation for the results of defense cooperation, particularly in border protection between the two countries. He expressed hope for even closer coordination in border management and protection following the legal frameworks on the Vietnam-China land border and related agreements. Earlier the same day, following a ceremony at border marker 1116 located at kilometer 0 of the Hữu Nghị border gate in Lạng Sơn province, one of the final landmarks along the Vietnam-China land border, the delegation visited the Quang Xi border immigration checkpoint headquarters. As part of the visit to China of the high-ranking delegation of the Ministry of National Defense of Vietnam, on the afternoon of October the 27th, the delegation visited the Ho Chi Minh Exhibition House in Long Châu District, Guangzhou City, Guangxi Province of China. The Ho Chi Minh Exhibition House in Long Châu District is where more than 600 photos and 60 artifacts are being displayed under the two themes, President Ho Chi Minh and China, and Long Châu with the Vietnamese Revolution, vividly recreating the period when President Ho Chi Minh and Vietnamese revolutionary soldiers were working tirelessly to prepare for the Vietnamese Revolution. Senior Lieutenant General Hoàng Xuân Chiến and the delegation were deeply moved by the fact that the images and artifacts related to President Ho Chi Minh's activities in Guangxi were collected and well preserved. This demonstrates the special sentiment of generations of Chinese leaders and people for Uncle Ho. The party, government, military, and people of Vietnam always respect and remember the wholehearted and righteous assistance of the party, government, military, and people of China during the past struggle for national independence and the cause of socialism construction and national development today. Coast Guard ship 8004, carrying crew members and a mission of the Vietnam Coast Guard Command, is on a voyage to visit and exchange with the Coast Guard Force of the Republic of Korea from October the 27th to November the 16th. The sea-off ceremony for the mission was held on the morning of the same day. Coast Guard ship 8004 is expectedly arriving in Yeosu City of Republic of Korea on November the 11th. The exchange visit eyes the enhancement of solidarity, mutual understanding, and cooperation between the two Coast Guard forces. As planned, the mission will pay a courtesy call on the local authorities and leaders of the Korea Coast Guard Academy, participate in exchange activities with the Academy, as was a joint training session on search and rescue and fire and explosion prevention and control. During the resistance war against the French colonialists, ensuring a steady supply of food and resources for the front lines became essential. President Ho Chi Minh once reminded the logistic forces, with full stomachs and warm clothes, we can defeat the enemy. The food soldiers eat and the clothes they wear come from the efforts of those on the home front. To keep our soldiers well-fed and properly equipped, we must focus on increasing production. Taking his advice to heart, the military logistics sector quickly expanded in all aspects after its establishment. Supply units were established across all battlefields, pulling the strengths of the people and mobilizing on-the-spot resources to sustain the military until the final victory. The Hoang Cum stove, named after its creator, the cook Hoang Cum, became legendary during the resistance war against the French colonialists. The stove allowed for moving without leaving traces, cooking without smoke, and speaking without noise, enabling cooks to stay close to the front lines and provide timely and convenient meals for the troops. This portable stove followed soldiers across battlefields, ensuring that they had hot meals in the toughest and most secretive conditions. Throughout the years of the resistance war, particularly during the decisive Điện Biên Phủ campaign, the people's unwavering support played a crucial role. Bags of rice, bundles of corn, and baskets of cassava from northern provinces made their way to the northwestern region, supplying the front lines. This ensured that the Viet Minh troops were well-fed to fight and win. As the nation entered the grueling and sacrificial resistance war against the U.S. imperialists, the task of supplying the military became even more demanding. The Military Supply Department established a comprehensive logistical network, emphasizing self-sufficiency in the southern battlefields while defending the north against the destructive war. With the motto of not a single grain of rice short, not a single soldier missing, Local authorities and people rallied to gather food and resources, ensuring the troops were fully supplied across all battlefields. In the battlefield, we had very challenging targets. The number of soldiers determined how many pigs, how much rice were needed. Every unit had its required targets, and we would dig into the mountains and forests to meet them if we had to. In every victory of the Vietnam People's Army, the silent but vital contributions of the logistics and supply sectors cannot be overlooked. These were the people who were always the first to arrive and the last to leave. Coming up next, Vietnam promotes climate justice through rule of law. Mộc Châu, alluring rendezvous of Northwest region. Recently, the permanent mission of Vietnam and Vanuatu to the United Nations, in coordination with the International Development Law Organization, held a workshop themed Achieving Climate Justice Through the Rule of Law and Global Accountability. The workshop attracted the participation of speakers from the two countries and representatives of countries attending the UN General Assembly, as well as UN bodies, international organizations, non-governmental organizations. In his opening speech, Ambassador Đạo Hoàng Giang, head of the permanent mission of the Vietnam to the UN, emphasized that climate change is one of the most urgent challenges facing the international community, requiring countries to continue promoting joint actions, especially through existing climate discussion processes and legal procedures at international judicial bodies. The ambassador affirmed that the process of achieving climate justice that countries, including Vanuatu and Vietnam, have coordinated in accelerating in recent times has made positive results. At the workshop, speakers and delegates discussed the results achieved and the direction of achieving climate justice through a rule of law approach. About 180 kilometers from Hanoi, Mộc Châu National Tourist Area is the gateway to Sơn La Province and is considered one of the most important national tourist areas through the Northwest Tourist Corridor on the main traffic route of National Highway 6. Today, let's find out why this place is known as the precious gem of the Northwest region, an attractive destination for domestic and international tourists. Located on the Mộc Châu Plateau, Mộc Châu Tourist Area is blessed with favorable weather conditions, fertile soil, majestic mountains, and forest. Coming to Mộc Châu, visitors can enjoy the vast plateau with green grasslands, apricot, plum, and peach forest stretching along the mountainside. It is truly one of the best feelings to come here and enjoy the fresh air while sipping some coffee. The rustic sceneries of waterfall, mountain, and field of trees create a poetic sight, helping visitors feel calm and relaxed. The number of famous tourist spots in Mộc Châu is countless, with world record Bạch Long Glass Bridge or Ang Hamlet Pine Forest Tourist Area. In addition to the beautiful natural scenery, people and tourists coming to Mộc Châu can also immerse themselves in the unique festival space and activities of the 12 ethnic groups here. Being the only district of Sơn La Province with 12 ethnic groups with its own identity, Mộc Châu District focuses on preserving and promoting it through various activities, contributing to sustainable tourist development. Known as the Green Pearl of the Northwest Mountains and Forest, Mộc Châu possesses a vibrant beauty with lush green natural landscapes. It is understandable that the locality won the prestigious World's Leading Regional Natural Destination Award in 2022 and 2023. Coming to the locality, visitors can immerse themselves in the majestic yet poetic natural beauty of the vast plateau, an attractive destination not to be missed on the journey to explore the Northwest region. And that's all for now. Remember, you can always watch news again at QPVN.vn. Now, thank you for watching and hope to see you next time.